Consider the physical weight of a Katgadwa dancer. A performer is strapped inside a heavy, ornate wooden horse, spinning and stomping in the dust. For generations, this was the rhythmic pulse of Maithili culture. You would hear the intensity of the Natua dancers, the heavy strike of the drums, and see local children crowding the performers to grab at their costumes. But Maithili writer Kishan Kadigar recently documented a quiet disappearance. These physical traditions are vanishing from daily village life. Modern weddings and festivals are now defined by massive electronic sound systems. The traditional drum is replaced by the bass of modern DJs. When a region loses its physical art forms to mass culture, the unique language and identity attached to those traditions face imminent erasure. Globalization accelerates this loss. As digital media homogenizes entertainment, regional dialects are suffocated by the dominant languages of the internet. This raises a difficult question for the 21st century. How does an ancient culture like Maithili survive without losing its identity to modernization? Physical preservation, storing artifacts in museums or printing books, is no longer enough. A language needs a daily, breathing community to evolve. Preserving the Maithili identity required moving the culture out of the village square and into a digital ecosystem. That transition centered on Videha. Spearheaded by editor Gajendra Thakur, this e-journal became a digital lifeboat, publishing Maithili literature and research for a global audience. This digital footprint began with the Balsarik Gach blog in the year 2000. It acted as the initial seed for the language's survival online. The internet provided a global archive for specific at-risk visual traditions, documenting the vibrant colors and figures of Madhubani wall paintings for a community no longer tied to one geography. The journal digitizes intricate, hyper-local styles like Aripan floor art, ensuring these peacock and fish motifs can be studied anywhere. Archiving these dense, maze-like geometric complexities serves a specific purpose. It demonstrates the historical depth and immense sophistication of the culture. This digital archiving captured the physical heritage of Maithili, locking its visual and linguistic DNA into code. Videha functions as an aggressive, highly active forum for modern discourse. It is an evolving space for debate rather than a static museum. The journal features biting satires that critique internal cultural flaws. Writers openly challenge the greed of local feast managers and the commercialization of traditional events. These writers tackle religious dogmas, publishing sharp pushback against deeply entrenched practices like animal sacrifice during Durga Puja festivals. Modern essays on Stri Vimarsh, or women's discourse, weaponize the Maithili language to address contemporary civil rights and systemic inequality. By debating social and political issues in their native tongue, these writers prove that Maithili remains a living, evolving tool for the present. Saving an ancient tradition in the 21st century creates a paradox. You must embrace modernity to ensure the past survives. The structure of the journal builds a robust identity by braiding together two distinct streams: the archiving of ancient folktales and the promotion of aggressive feminist theory. This dual approach prevents the language from becoming isolated or irrelevant. It speaks directly to younger, tech-native generations who live their lives on screens. Cultural preservation requires both an obsessive archiving of the past and an unflinching confrontation with the present. Today, the Maithili language is a globally accessible digital asset, distributed instantaneously via PDFs, web archives, and digital aggregators. This accessibility ensures the language permanently bypasses physical borders, geographic isolation, and the socioeconomic barriers of the past. The disappearance of the physical village dancers serves as the catalyst for this digital rebirth. Cultural survival depends on using modern tools to give an ancient voice a brand new microphone, rather than building physical walls to keep the modern world out.